So why, after so many years of promoting Happy Meals, did the Golden Arches finally pull Ronald McDonald from its promotions? Despite the friendly and fun good nature of Ronald McDonald, 2016 brought some bad press to clowns everywhere that not even the almighty machine of McDonald's wanted to try and fix.
Despite McDonald's global domination, Ronald McDonald, the company mascot, has disappeared. In fact, the iconic clown's absence from marketing was so glaring that McDonald's chief competitor Burger King even dunked on it a little bit with an advertising campaign called #LonelyNoMore. So what happened to Ronald McDonald? While Ronald McDonald was one of the world's most recognizable corporate mascots, he and the other McDonald's characters like Grimace and the Hamburglar have faded from view, while Burger King has only further embraced its creepy mascot. Ronald McDonald lives on primarily in faded memories of kids and adults' Happy Meals. So today, let's take a look at what happened to Ronald McDonald and why he stopped being the face of the world's biggest fast food chain. You're watching Cameron Explores. This is the Cameron Explores channel. I'm Cameron. Please subscribe for more content so I can become a full-time YouTuber and get the hell out of Canada and move to Japan. The origin of Ronald McDonald. Although the specifics of his origin are somewhat contested, Ronald McDonald was created in the early 1960s to help McDonald's sell hamburgers. In the early 1970s, Ronald briefly starred in his own comic book series, and he was joined by early versions of the other characters. These McDonaldland characters were synonymous with McDonald's through the 80s and 90s. Heck, they even appeared in a few animated specials that were sold at McDonald's locations. So growing up in the 90s, I thought the McDonald's characters were like cool and fun, and like there was never that fear of like this clown or anything like that. Like this was like a beloved mascot. However, the campaign started to fade in 2003 with an introduction to McDonald's new campaign, I'm Loving It. Okay, no, everyone knows this one. This is like the most successful campaign. The ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Wow, that just activates like a little side in your memory from like 2003, 2004 that I haven't thought about in so long. So while Ronald McDonald still kind of continued through this I'm Loving It era, all the other characters like the Hamburglar and that cast disappeared. But while Ronald McDonald survived the purge, the fast food icon had some baggage. First and foremost, he is a clown, and the opinions of clowns haven't exactly improved over the years. As carnivals and circuses fell in popularity, clowns became more of a horror staple than anything else. So I just came back from Las Vegas, and there was Zach Bagans' The Haunted Museum. And essentially it's like a bunch of haunted items inside this museum, and they just had this whole clown exhibit.
You are a fan of rapper Post Malone. You know, he has not had the best luck lately. And now some believe it's because of something that he did during one of his trips to Las Vegas.
New video from Zach Bagans shows the rapper inside his haunted museum here in the Valley. Now, Bagans is seen touching what he calls the most haunted object, the Diebuck box, which is a box that supposedly has an evil spirit in it. Anyway, Then while he's touching that box, Malone is seen touching his shoulder. Baggins says Malone then saw a dark figure that night that followed them out of the museum. Some people think this is the reason Post Malone has had so many problems lately. And in all fairness, he kind of has had a bad streak. I got to be honest. His private jet nearly crashed. He got in a car crash, and then crooks targeted his home. So, you know, they say bad luck comes in threes, so maybe that's it.
Yeah.
and he can move on with his life and never ever visit the museum again.
No. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, right. Wow. Yeah, it's funny when you watch the video how he touches him, and it's kind of the chain thing. But he was following.
And like there's like traps and pressure sensors as you're walking through, and like the clowns jump out at you. So needless to say, that doesn't give Ronald McDonald, our good old buddy, a good reputation. And with villains like the Joker or Pennywise, which now that I think about it, they have a resemblance, right? Pennywise and Ronald McDonald. Children are more likely to be frightened than Ronald than delighted by him. Ronald's role as an advertising character meant to appeal to children, which became increasingly problematic as children are now scared of clowns. By the early 2010s, the link between fast food and obesity was very well known, and there was no way to deny Ronald's role in targeted ads towards kids. So what exactly happened to Ronald McDonald then? As his popularity started to decline, Ronald quickly became the most controversial advertising mascot Joe since Joe Camel. Created in 1974 as the Camel Cigarettes mascot, the company's signature camel became a sensation when he made his US debut in 1988. While presumably never intended this way, Joe Camel appealed greatly to children. Smoking is obviously unhealthy. An advertising campaign built around a cartoon character seemed to draw a lot of underage smokers, specifically to Camel cigarettes. The tobacco giant R.J. Reynolds dropped the character in 1997 after facing some lawsuits. But unlike Joe Camel, Ronald McDonald always clearly aimed at children and was the face of the marketing cheap food that contributes to health problems. Because of the pressure from groups like Corporate Accountability International, McDonald's slowly phased out Ronald from the spotlight. However, there was one nail in the coffin. And I'm sure all of you remember this as well. In 2016, do you remember all those clown sightings that were happening across like North America?
Scared. Rihanna, why? Come here, mommy, scared.
It was after seeing something like this, Maria Madeira's daughter Brianna refused to go to school. What's worse, she spotted the clowns scaring kids near her school. Pope Francis yesterday at the end of the day.
I just saw the clown. There's people running because they are scared about the clown.
Toronto police investigated. 2 teens were involved. One dressed as a scary clown screaming and chasing kids, the other taking video to post online. After a stern lecture to the 15 and 16-year-olds, no charges are pending. The Catholic School Board says there have also been threats regarding 8 other schools where parents have been notified.
Hit it! Hit that bitch! Hit that!
Online, there are lots of posts about the pranks. Like this Toronto Clowns page, where one comment reads, "Watch your back, we out here."
Dude, you have a knife?
No one really knows why it's happening. One theory is the remake of It, based on Stephen King's book. Parts of it shot in Toronto with the killer central character, Pennywise.
Here I am, Wheezy.
Even the master of the macabre himself tweeted about the creepy clown pranks with, "Hey guys, time to cool the clown hysteria. Most of them are good, cheer up the kiddies, make people laugh." His fans posted funny videos like this one.
Like even in Canada, like every city had these like, I don't know, people dressing up as clowns and just standing there. It was like a global phenomenon of just something to do. Everyone brought out their clown costumes that night. So those creepy clown sightings in 2016 was the nail in the coffin for our boy Ronald McDonald. As they escalated from harmless sightings to reports of carrying weapons, it became an awful time to be a clown. While verifying many of the sightings is difficult, the public scare convinced McDonald's it was time to put Ronald away for a while. No mascot like this is ever truly dead, however. There's always a chance that Ronald McDonald can make a comeback. But for the moment, Ronald's most active role as the namesake Ronald McDonald House Charities, which provides housing for families with children receiving treatment at nearby facilities. It might be possible that Ronald McDonald does make a comeback. What do you think? I'm interested in your comments. Let me know. Do you think Ronald McDonald is gone for good, or do you think he's going to make a comeback? So yeah, let me know what you think of this story. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and subscribe. See you later.